1 in 7 of your customers' shopping searches are now answered by AI before a single blue link even shows up. 2 years ago, that number was close to zero. This isn't coming, it's already here. And it's just one of 3 real shifts this month that change how your store gets found at all. I'm Manoj from Ecommerce Optics. Every month I go through everything that changed in SEO, AI search and e-commerce, verify what's actually true and cut it down to the 3 things that actually matter for your store. This is the e-commerce growth brief. Every story today points to the same underlying shift. AI isn't just answering questions anymore, it's inserting itself earlier into how customers discover, evaluate, and even buy. Where that's happening, who's pushing back on it, and what you can actually do about it, that's what we are covering. Let's start with that 1 in 7 number. It isn't evenly spread across every kind of search. The split matters more than the average. Broad informational searches, things like best running shoes or best skincare for oily skin, trigger AI overviews over 80% of the time. Pure purchase intent searches, the ones about us actually buying, are still much lower at that 13 to 14% I mentioned. Google's drawing a line. Research phase, AI answers it. Buying phase, you still get the click. For now. So, what do you actually do about it? This is where structured data stops being a nice to have. The AI overviews that do show up on commercial searches are increasingly pulling from product review and FAQ schema. If your markup is incomplete, you're not just invisible in AI answers, you're invisible at the exact moment a customer is deciding what to buy. And Google just gave you a fresh reason to check that markup. As of this month, merchant listing schema now supports sale duration and product category properties directly, aligning with what Merchant Center already expects from your feed. If your schema hasn't been updated to include those, that's a concrete gap, not a hypothetical one. Don't panic about the traffic loss on informational searches. That was never converting well anyway. To audit your schema this month, including these 2 new properties. That's the highest leverage move you have right now. But that's not even the biggest change Google made to AI overviews this month. Google made them noticeably more dynamic. A live top stories carousel is now fully rolled out inside AI overviews for mobile users in the US, pulling in real-time reporting and actually giving publishers a path back into the AI answer instead of just being summarized out of it entirely. Around the same time, AI overviews started generating images directly, not just pulling existing ones from index pages. Here's why that matters beyond news and photography. Google is also testing citation counts and source favicons under AI mode answers, and it published new Search Console controls that let you opt out of AI summarization entirely, confirmed with no ranking penalty either way. One correction worth knowing here, Search Console's new AI performance report currently only shows impressions, not clicks or click-through rate yet, and it's still limited to a small group of properties. Click data is coming, just not yet, so don't build your reporting around numbers that report doesn't actually give you. Nothing here needs action today, but get familiar with that Search Console toggle now, not when you're scrambling for it under pressure. And it's not just Google making moves. Regulators and infrastructure providers are pushing back on how AI systems use content in the first place. The UK's competition regulator just imposed 2 formal requirements on Google search. One forcing more transparency in how rankings work, one forcing Google to let users port their search data to other companies. Google has 6 months to comply with the first, 3 months for the second. Here's why that's not just a UK story. It's part of a broader pattern of governments demanding to know how AI influenced search actually works, and where regulators lead, other markets tend to follow. At the same time, Cloudflare rolled out something genuinely practical for site owners. As of this month, you can separate AI bots by purpose, ones that search and cite your content, ones acting as agents on a customer's behalf, and ones scraping your content purely to train a model. That distinction didn't exist cleanly before, and starting mid-September, new sites on Cloudflare will have the training and agent categories blocked by default on any page carrying ads. This isn't urgent for most stores, but if you're on Cloudflare, check your crawler settings before September. You might be blocking traffic you actually wanted. So remember that shift I mentioned at the start? Here's what all three of these stories actually prove. AI is moving earlier into the shopping journey. Google's AI surfaces are becoming more transparent about sourcing, and both regulators and infrastructure providers are forcing more control over how AI systems use content. The businesses that come out ahead here aren't the ones chasing rankings, they're the ones with clean structured data and traffic that doesn't depend on any single source. Based on Google's own pattern, expect the next core update in August or September. Watch Cloudflare's September 15th default block change if you're on their platform, and keep an eye on whether that AI overviews carousel expands past mobile and past the US, because that's the next real shift coming. One question before you go: which of these three actually changes something for your store? Tell me in the comments. Subscribe if you want the next one before everyone else does. And if you want a second pair of eyes on where your store actually stands on AI visibility and schema, or just want to talk through where your growth is stuck, book a free strategy session with our team. Links in the description. See you in the next one.